Hello, and welcome back to Conversations with Sharyn and Rosa. I'm Rosa.
And I'm still Sharyn after all this time.
Yes, hello, and thank you all for joining us for another episode of our amazing conversations as we hear from you all. Thank you for that. We're trying to do this today in a little bit of hurry, so if we seem rushed, we probably are.
Right.
I have a plane to catch.
Right. Like, she leaving me again. Look, me and the dog gonna have fun.
But today, and before we get into the topic, I just wanted to say we're trying to do like a little part 2 of what we did last week, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that. Mm-hmm. But before we get into today's topic, you have any announcements outside of I'm leaving? I'm packing my bags, y'all. I'm out. No, just kidding. I have an emergency.
Look, she'll be back. They all come back. No, just her.
She's a little beside herself. So since there are no announcements, let's get into the shout outs. So our first shout out goes to Isaac L. Thank you for being a subscriber to Conversations with Sharyn and Rosa. Next we have Shanice B. I think that's how you pronounce her name. Thank you so much. Mm-hmm. We appreciate you for being a subscriber. And last but not least, Christina C. Thank you. We have not heard from Christina C. as far as comments go, so we're looking forward to hearing from you.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you are new to our channel, please like, subscribe, and share our videos. We would greatly appreciate that. So now that the shout outs are out of the way, so last week we talked about maintaining a healthy relationship with yourself.
There you go.
So today we're going to be talking about maintaining a healthy relationship with others, because we know that it starts with self first, and that's why we did that part first, and now we're doing today's episode.
Well, now that you said that, that's a wrap.
That is not true. That's not true. It's not a wrap. But yeah. So did you want to start with maintaining healthy relationships with others? I do,
because I think we went a little over last week, but it was, in my mind we did, but it was over and still very effective, because sometimes you just can't get it all in 30 minutes or 25 minutes. Not that we're timing ourselves, but we are old school, and I always tell people, longer don't make it better. You can talk for 45 minutes, you can talk to an hour and all, but you need to give them what they need, explain it, and get some feedback. But we don't need to talk for an hour and a half for you to get the point.
Well, tell that to all the pastors out there. No?
Yeah. Well, look, I ain't been to church lately, so I don't know what they're doing.
But they all long-winded.
Right. They got to go from Genesis to Revelation and stuff. Whoa. I just want to hear some good things about the Lord, and you have a happy day.
Right.
And here's a few dollars for the girl who's in the choir. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a heathen. But seriously, we did start with, your emotional wellness, with self, because it all starts with you. Mm-hmm. It's simple as that. It's like, how do you go into the world? How are you looked at? How are you processing things? And the 3 little nuggets, the big rocks as I call it, to that is just, when we talk about your well-being, we're just taking a snapshot of your psychological, your emotional, and there's another, your behavioral self. How are you doing? If someone was to come and click a picture of you right now, emotionally speaking, how are you? What do you look? How are you dealing with things in your life? So we're looking at those 3 areas and how you navigate your life based on that. Psychologically, how do you feel about your job and your relationships with your with the people in your life and all. So, but the thing is, we start with your relationship with yourself before you move into the world.
And a lot of times, that's so, I guess, cliche in a sense.
Yeah.
People always say, well, you got to work on self before you can work on somebody else or help somebody else. And it's true, but at the end of the day, when you think about it, it really is true.
It is.
to know you, just imagine if you knew you like you felt like you knew the person you loved. Like, just so much that you know whatever, everything that ticks, everything that, just everything with you. How great of a feeling that would be. Yeah. And that no one can give you your narrative, because you know you, and you're like, you don't have to tell my story. I know me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm living my story.
Exactly.
Right.
So, I mean, it's just so powerful. And
it
to
is.
know, you, and then you get with somebody, that benefits them.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Because
but
you're giving them the best of you.
And the downside of that is what happens when we go into a relationship, you haven't even figured yourself out, and neither has she. So now we got two unknown entities, smashing into each other, trying to live with one another, trying to love each other the best way we know how, and it's like,
and find out about them.
Yeah. And it's all, sometimes when we hear it from our friends or something, when the relationship is falling apart, you know what I mean? I didn't like the way she loved me. Well, hell, I don't like the way you love you.
Right.
How about that? And so what I think is so very powerful, especially for Rosa and I know I had done a lot of work on myself. Mm-hmm. Not just because of Rosa, not just because she came into my life, but because Sharyn needed to get Sharyn together. So I knew long before Rosa that I needed to get Sharyn into a better state. I wanted to not just become a better person and a better human being and, a person on the planet. I truly had to drill it down to me for me. Who am I? What are you doing? What do you really want? What do you want to? Do you even really want to be with somebody? Because my behavior was showing different things. If someone would have met me 9 years ago, they're like, all right, so all of that. So I felt like I did my own homework, if you will, and I was hoping the person, if I was to, reconnect and go out into the world and let love find me, I would hope that person had done some work on herself as well. Mm-hmm. And you don't know they haven't done it until you get into the relationship, because anybody can paint the building red and say it's pretty and come on in. And then you get
give you a beautiful write-up when they're online dating of who they are.
Yeah.
And they are nothing
like that
of what they wrote when you get in a relationship with them.
Yeah. So. Not only things that they've written, they don't even look like who they say they are. Right. Okay, but we've been out there.
Yeah, but that's a great example to say that when you're doing your write-up, you put out who you think you are. And, people either believe that or not. But at the same time, it's like, then now you have to show that. And if you're not showing it, it's like, do you really know who you are? Because you listed some stuff that you're not currently doing. Right.
In your mind, you may be that person, but then when the person who comes upon you is like, sweetie, everything you wrote below the second line was a lie.
Right.
You know what I mean? I got 2 PhDs. I've been around the world. I speak 4 languages, got 3 cars, 2 homes, a dog that loves me, and hey, baby, I'm independently wealthy. And you're like, this girl up here trading food stamps. She talking about she independently wealthy. But I mean, people do lie. But so again, today we just wanted to move from last week's, about focusing on yourself, knowing who you are, and as you move into the real world and deal with those relationships that's in your life. Right. All of us have people in our life that matters to us. You have friends, family. Many of us have children. You got the people at work, people who you socialize with. Just there's a lot of traffic in a lot of people's lives. Yeah. And even if it's not a lot of traffic, you got somebody in your life that means something to you, that you think of other than yourself.
Absolutely.
So today we're talking about managing those relationships. It's what happened. We hear from so many people. I got a good friend. I just don't trust her. I don't trust her with my woman when I'm out the room. Well, is she really your good friend? I got questions already. We close. So when we talk about the emotional and the psychological and behavior, how do you respond to your friends who've disappointed you? How do you respond to your family who loves you more, unconditionally, if you're lucky, But what happens when your sister does something that truly pisses you off? Do you talk to them? Well, I can't say that. That's my family. You know what I mean? You give them a waiver.
Yeah.
So emotionally, there you are pushing stuff away and pushing stuff down. I can't say that because I don't want to upset my sister. I don't want Uncle Joe to be mad at me. I can't say that to my grandmother. Yes, you can. You just need to be careful with the words you choose.
That's true.
Because if not, look, they going on around their little happy life and enjoying life, ain't thinking that you got some stress or whatever, and there you are, you're expanding by twos because you're so full of and I'm pumping up because I just want to tell them how I really feel,
right.
Or how somebody, if you will, betrayed you, made you angry, crossed you in a different way, didn't talk to you the way you should be talked to, disrespected you, a whole bunch of things, and we're so scared that we're going to lose the relationship we have with that person or those people. What do? We retreat into ourselves and say these magic words. It's all right. It don't matter. They didn't mean to hurt me.
Right.
Right? Because because somewhere in there you've convinced yourself that if they know me and love me the way they say they do, they should know that what they just said hurt me. Right? Because you know what you would never say to them. But they didn't go to that school. They didn't take that class and they didn't download that program. Right. They said whatever the hell they want to say to you.
But it also, I think, stems from, how's the saying going? You show people how to treat you.
Yeah, we train people how to treat us.
We train people how to treat us.
We do.
And so when someone says something, regardless whether it's your grandmother, auntie, grandma, whomever, you have to say something or they don't know the difference.
Right.
Now, once you let them know and they still go there, then you know how they feel about you.
Right.
But if they're willing to make that change, then, that's respect.
That's right. Right. And that's an
respect.
opening, and that's a chance for y'all to get to a better place in a relationship. Yeah. You know what I mean? But if you say nothing, and they keep doing it, you know what I mean? They thinking it's okay because you've accepted it. You have accepted it up to that point, and you will continue to accept it. And you know why you do? Because you want them in your life, right? And we love them, and oftentimes we give waivers to the people we love.
Yeah.
And as I remember when Rosa came into my life, we talked about friendships and everything, and I do feel like I feel like I'm a good friend. I'm a faithful friend. I'm loyal. I ain't got a bunch of them. The line is short, but it's well distinguished. So when I say you're my friend, I mean it from my heart. You're my friend. At least I feel like I'm doing what I need to do to be your friend. That means showing you respect, being honest with you, loving you, being there when you need an ear to listen to your story, and vice versa.
Yeah.
If you're lucky. Well, I got a story. And here we go. I'll keep it short. I had, and I do say had because she's no longer with us, but I had a lifelong friend. I mean, this is my buddy. I mean, we go back to, as she would say, we go back to Afro Puffs in the 70s, right? Been in my life forever. And, no ex-lover or anything, just a good friend. She was a Marine, I was Navy, and she's one of the few Marines that I can tolerate off base, okay? But that was my buddy.
You're upsetting all the Marines.
Right, I can care less. Hoorah! Okay, hoorah! So what happens to the friendship? Again, over 30 years we were friends. Well, what could break up or cause a pinch to two, what can I say, seasoned old lesbians? A woman. This woman had come into my life, and eventually came into her life too, in a different kind of way, if you will. Well, things had deteriorated with me and this other person. Now, just because I'm upset with somebody, I don't expect for you to be mad because I'm mad. Because my relationship with this woman was different than her relationship was with this woman. But things had gotten out of hand. And it got to the point that I felt that everybody's feelings were being taken into account except for mine. And when I did voice it to my very, very, very good friend, lifelong friend, I was surprised and I was disappointed at the same time. And she just didn't take it as seriously as I thought she should have. Maybe I misspoke and didn't put the right amount of urgency around it or whatever, but she got into a situation. She needed some money. She got stranded overseas, and she needed someone to go into her bank accounts here and blah, 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 and send her some money. Who are you going to call? You're going to call Sharyn because you trust me, right? I did what I needed to do for her, but in return, I felt she had betrayed me because she continued on to being friends with a person that I thought truly offended me. Now, you know how they say, just because you're mad at her don't mean I got to be mad at her, but at least you can understand why I'm mad at you. Well, she sent me my friend sent me a wonderful email, and I mean it. That's when we were really doing emails, and this is like a 3-paragraph email. She wrote some heavy shit in there. You know, and meanwhile, her career had blown up and she's famous, you know, semi-famous now. And, you know, she's making all kind of crazy money. You know, she's got bodyguards and managers and all that. I don't give a shit if you live next door to Oprah. We're just friends, and it doesn't change our relationship because we are who we are. Yeah. Well, this is where the pinch came in. I realized that we were no longer the type of friends that I needed us to be because I felt that her friendship with me was more important than my friendship to her. And so I had to think about it. I had to pray about it. And y'all know I'm Buddhist, so I chanted. And I chanted deep and hard and long. And I came up with this reply. We've been through so many times. And we, you know, blah, 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 blah. And what you need to know from me, that as much as I love you and all the wonderful fun we've shared over the years, I am now prepared to live the rest of my life without you. You have offended me, and I will not be here for you to do it again. Bam. Now, is that clear? And I don't even know where I got the strength, because normally, you know, I went about, no, don't send that. Oh, no, that's too heavy.
That's what we do. We
just
that's
like,
what we don't do. Say nothing. It's
right.
Okay, but
and I saw myself doing that. Right. Like she's let me know how her feelings have changed. Let me tell you what I think I can make it through the rest of my life without.
Right.
And I love you, and we buddies. And like I said, if I had $1, she can get 50 cents.
Right.
All right. But things had changed, as things do. So I threw it out there. I'm done, because I'm not going to take this anymore. And I don't care how famous you get, how much money you blew, and you bought your cars in cash. Wonderful. I'm telling you, ain't nothing like a good friend. And she knew I was a good friend. Let me tell you, not only after she replied, because I think it really shocked her, she was in San Diego within the next 2 weeks. And I don't know by purpose or whatever, because I knew she had business to take care of. Well, she said, Sharyn, I got to see you. I got to see you. Because I think she didn't think that I was willing to say it to her face, what I said by email. I think it surprised her, and I think it scared her. Because, you know, when you tell the truth, you know what I mean? You don't have to rehearse the truth. All you got to do is tell it. Right. I told her how I felt. I told her how I was disappointed. You know how somebody, but you need to know that I'm disappointed in you. Hold on. And I'm with you too.
Right.
×2. Okay? And I was so proud of myself. I didn't know if the friendship was going to survive this, because I mean, I did the pow pow. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, and these ain't blanks. Pow pow.
But
you
that's
feel
important.
me?
You want to?
No. Go ahead.
It's important that you say that you were proud of yourself, because I think once we cross that line that we're normally afraid to cross, we're like empowered. It's like nobody else gonna come in here and tell me nothing about me, and about how to treat me.
Right.
So,
well said. Exactly.
I think that's a good thing that you were saying. Oh, I feel, I was proud of myself. That's your empowerment moment.
Yes.
Right there.
Yes. Because usually,
this is your good friend.
Usually,
right.
I'll be the one. I'll take the hit and suffer, and you suffer in silence, and like, oh, she didn't mean it that way. Oh, we good because we've been friends for over 30 years. I know she wouldn't do me that way. Hold on, Sharyn. Wake the hell up.
Right.
Wake up. Now stand up. Now stand up. Okay. So I'm serious. It was very powerful for me, because even in the moment, I felt it.
Yeah.
I felt the freedom. It's just like, once you say it and release it to the universe, you can't take it back.
Yeah.
You can try to repeat it. Mm-hmm. You can say, let me send this after that, but you can't take the original back. Right. You can't. So it's not like, oh, girl, I was on my period. I didn't mean it.
Once it's been open and read.
Yeah.
It's been open and read. Yeah.
And it changed forever. The dynamics of our relationship. As I tell people, Humpty Dumpty did not go back together again. It was never the same, but it was clear. You know what I mean? Okay, because guess what? My opinion of me is much more important to me than your opinion of me. Mm-hmm. Do know that. But see, if you're not sure about who you are, anybody can come by and put a label on you.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Right. So that's my story. You always got a story. And don't get me wrong, and she's no longer, with us. And long before she passed, I think we made it clear with each other. However, and I miss her. I do. I miss her. Some days I would just, oh, gee, I wish she was here. I can, make her laugh about this. But we're talking about, dealing with and maintaining healthy relationships with the people in our lives. And oftentimes, you can't get healthy by being unhealthy.
Absolutely.
Okay, and like I said, we're talking the emotional part. You're in a relationship that you're not even honest with the person about very serious things. Right. And how do I know these?
Even sometimes small things.
They don't have to be big things.
Women who lied about their age or lied about, you know what I'm saying? Just, I don't know, having kids or whatever. It's like that's not.
Why would you lie about that?
Right.
And if we were become friends or whatever, when would you tell me the truth?
Yeah, but I think sometimes when those lies happen, it's because we either are unsure of us. And we're not happy where we are, So if you're saying if you're actually 50, but you go online and put 45, it's like, yeah, you probably look 45 just because we look good for our ages. But
okay, black women.
Exactly. But be open and honest. So if you come in the gate honest, then you don't even have to worry about it.
Right. You ain't got to change it. So. This is our homework for this little piece, and here's my questions for you guys. What relationships are you in right now in your life that are very challenging to you? The ones that make you, you're like, oh, you got to cough before you even say their name. You know what I mean? Hold on.
We all got some of them.
Right, you know what I mean?
Like, I can only take her for an hour.
Right.
That's it.
Max.
I can't be,
Hope my clock is running fast. Okay, that's it. Gotta go, baby.
Exactly.
Right? So, what is it? And I mean, whether it's one person, 3 people, whether it's a relative, an ex-love, whatever, but people in your life who are giving you pause right now, giving you reason to let me sit here and reevaluate. Mm-hmm. Why is it I have this person who's always in my life bringing me no groceries and only grief? If they bringing you just grief, okay, why do you have them in your life? And sometimes we can have good people in our life. We may just very well have them in the wrong places.
Yeah.
How about that?
That's true.
And you get to determine that because you do have control over you. And once you manage those relationships and where you are and your well-being, like as we were talking about last week, it's much easier when you're comfortable with who you are. And when you are authentic and you do tell the truth and you're not lying and you got good recall. You know what I mean? Okay,
but please. I do want to, make the distinction of being okay with yourself, but also maybe something is off for a little bit of time. Like everybody doesn't get everything all the time. So, maybe you feeling a little, I don't know, self-conscious about something that, you can't fit anymore or whatever. It doesn't mean that you aren't aware of yourself or you're not happy with yourself. It just means that right now that's a little off.
Right.
And you gotta get it back together. And nobody needs to be telling you your stuff not fitting right. You know that.
Well, how about that? No. How you feeling, Sharyn? There's people that have no idea what Rosa and I've been through for the last 3 years and all. And it's been very challenging. And even more for me because it was some health concerns. And I know I'm thinking like, oh my God, is this it? I mean, I'm praying to God in 3 different languages, because I hope this is not the last train I'm on, right? And and I'm on a walker, and then I'm on my cane, and I'm feeling, and I gain weight, and and I'm thinking, and nothing about me that's sexy right now. And then I looked up, but I'm Sharyn. But so I had to get my groove back, but it wasn't easy. I know you're laughing. I know you would laugh at that. No, but seriously, I had to go inside myself and find out. It's just like, well, if she loves you, it is what it is. Yeah. We didn't see it coming, but we got to deal with it. It ain't gonna be easy, but we got one another. Yeah. And Rosa said it's gonna be okay. So I was beating myself up. I mean, your health is your wealth. Right. We know that. But if you're not okay with yourself, how do you expect everyone else to line up and say it's okay, Sharyn, when you don't even think it's okay? Right? So I had to put things, as I tell people now, like I don't know where the file is. I had to make sure things were filed in the right, file for me, for my sanity. Right. And I'm thinking, okay, you're having a bad moment, and this is on top of COVID. Now, didn't that change everyone's life? Right. So I'm going through some stuff, and then the world's going through some stuff. Even my dog wasn't feeling good. I'm like, what the hell? So I'm saying it's not always easy, but it's always necessary. Yeah. And you'll know. Just sit down when you're talking to you about you, and you're thinking about you and how you're connecting with the people in your life that you say are your friends. When you find those wrinkles, you're going to have to address them, because we give them, like I say, too often we give them waivers. Yeah. She didn't mean that. I think she did.
If she said it,
right.
She probably meant it.
And she said it twice. I think she meant it. Right. and let me, for 1 second, if you guys notice that we're in a different location, not that much of a different location, but we want to know if you can make out the emblem that you're seeing, because
you'll be able to make it out.
Yeah,
it looks backwards to us, but it won't for them.
Oh, it'll look right up for them, right? Correct. But it does say Sharyn and Rosa, and it was established 2016. It was Rosa's Valentine. I'm sorry. It was Rosa's anniversary present to me, us, and it's just so cute. Yeah. It's just so cute.
We celebrated our anniversary on the 10th of August.
Yeah, for our 7 years. So we're still riding on that little high, because it didn't go down as we thought it would, but it went down as it should, and we had a very nice time. Yeah. We did some different things, and it was all good. So back to the subject at hand. Talking about you dealing with making yourself okay, taking your own checkup. It starts with self, because the better you are, and the more you are prepared to deal with the other people in your life. We don't think it's always easy managing these relationships. So my questions to you guys is, who makes you happy? Who gives you the blues? Who in your life right now can you depend on? Who in your life right now is in your corner? Right. I mean, when you get locked up in a Mexican jail and you tell them to meet you at the border with 2 clean credit cards and a full tank of gas, that's your friend. who gives no questions until they get you out. Right.
They'll be like, we're not gonna do this again.
Right. Like now that we're on American soil, what the hell did you do? No, but seriously, the people look at your ships, with an S, in your life. Who's bringing you the joy? Who's bringing you the grief? Who takes more from you than gives you? Who pours into your spirit? Who truly knows you? Who do you call when you got a medical situation? I got a friend who, Rose and I do, we share just one acquaintance, but friend now, is, had some serious medical issues to come upon her. And, it's a short line when people say, hey, not only will I be there for you, I'll fly there, I'll be there in 3 days, and I'll be able to stay with you for a month to help you get to a state of okayness. who you gonna call?
Right.
Right? And even if they can't come, they'll make sure someone does come.
Yeah.
How about that? I have one more question for you. You know, when you look at your list of your friends, who does all the heavy lifting in the friendship? You ever got you have some of them friends like, if I don't call her, I'm always calling her first.
Yeah.
And then, girl, I was thinking about you. Well, why don't you call? You know what I mean? If you can't call, come, okay? If you can't come, call. Okay, so seriously, you know, who, like I said, who really feeds you, your spirit? Who lifts you up when you've had a bad day? Even though oftentimes we're the person who's always there for our friends.
Yeah.
Who pays it back to you?
Right.
So when you look at your friends and ask yourself those questions. If you only got two friends, it's going to be a short exercise. But some of y'all proclaiming people who are your friends, they're not your friends. They're just people who y'all happen to run across each other at the same time, you know, going
As
the
they
same
say,
thing.
They smile in your face all
true.
the time. They want to take your place.
Oh, my musical lover. There's her. That's
My
you.
bad.
You're bad. You're so
Go
cute though. Go on, sing.
I just had to break that out because that just reminded me of those type of friends.
Right. And I'm not going to say we all have them, but many of us do. Mm-hmm. And you should know who they are by now. The people who truly are your friends, you don't even question it because they've already been proven.
Right.
So my last question is, all the people that may come to your head right now and that you're thinking about, what do all those people have in common? Mm-hmm. And the question is, you.
Yeah.
They got you in common. All right? So you think about that. See, you know, how you're treating them, how they treating you is just as important. Well, I'm good to them. Yeah, but I ain't talking about that. We know you. You know you. Right. But how do they treat you? Exactly. And as Rosa and I, come together for these last 7 years, she checks out my friends. You know what I mean? And like, how y'all been friends for so long? You know her for 25 years, or you know what? We went to war together. We were in Desert Storm together. Okay, or whatever it may be. Now it's not a long line. Some of them are just acquaintances. Mm-hmm. Some of them are just people. Like I say, we just happen to pass. As old folks say, we pass and repass. But the ones who I can say, these are my friends, short list, but it's well distinguished. Mm-hmm. And they bring me joy. They bring me comfort. They calm me down. They listen to me. They don't just hear me. They listen to me. They know me. And they love me anyhow.
Yeah.
All right. So what's true for us may not be true for you, but I'm inviting you guys, all of you, to do that. Take a time, just take a few minutes and just see where you at with your friendships. Yeah. And before you get to the friendships, start with your own well-being. Because if they're not in your world to bring you some joy, some comfort, some fun, some solace, some information, what do you need them for? Right. So that's where we're at today. So I don't know. I'm feeling pretty good about that. I really, really am. No, I am. I just feel that we said what we had to say. You got anything you want to add to that?
I'm good. I got a plane to catch.
Okay,
See you later.
Because I gotta go because my baby gotta go. We gotta go. So listen, until next time, it's hot. Until next time, we're wishing you the very best
of all good things. Stay safe and stay woke. And we will see you all next week.
All right.